Welcome to Go On Shot TV. I'm Doug Roxburgh, and as you can tell, the bowling lanes are currently slightly empty. But in just a few minutes, the MS Society of Edmonton is coming right here to Bonnie Doon bowling lanes because every other Monday, well, they get away from all their issues with MS and have a little fun by bowling. We're going to be talking with two representatives from the MS Society of Edmonton who are diagnosed with the disease, plus one representative who organizes this wonderful time. But first, let's head to St. Albert as Bianca Jade meets with some seniors who have some affordable homes ready to go for them. When you're diagnosed with MS, there are a lot of issues that go along with it. Well, that's why every Monday at the Bonnie Doon bowling lanes, you can share that diagnosis with other people who also have MS. We're going to speak with two people a little later on who have that diagnosis, as well as Andy Wong, who organizes this fantastic bowling league for people with MS right here in Edmonton. But first, let's head over to Grant MacEwan University, where we speak with three players who have ties to the NHL. From the hockey rink back to the bowling alley here at Bonnie Doon's Bowling Lanes with the MS Society and Andy Wong. And Andy, this is a fantastic program where people with MS get to come and bowl. How did this all start?
It's one of our wellness programs, so it started around 10 years ago, and it's a great opportunity for people to come out and get some physical activity and socialize.
This is just one program of many for the MS Society. Are there many other programs like this?
Yes, there are.
What are they?
Well, there's Art for the Heart, and the kind of programs sort of vary throughout the regions that we actually are in, right?
And with people, or with MS, I mean, there's a lot of different variances with the disease. However, this is great for people to come together and just enhance their well-being, isn't it?
Yeah. MS is one of the most common neurological diseases among young adults, and as you can see, there's a wide range of people, and they sort of experience it differently. But it's very inclusive, this program. It includes those people that are ambulatory, as well as people that use walkers and wheelchairs.
And it looks like they're having a lot of fun in the background.
A lot of fun. Yeah, you'll when you interview them, you'll find out that they're quite enthusiastic about this program because, in fact, it's grown from just a few people. Now we have over 20 people.
That's great. Yeah. We will talk with some of the people in the program a little later on Go. But from the bowling lanes, we head out to the ranch where bison have a rich heritage right here in Alberta. There are over 100,000 people in Canada diagnosed with MS, but some of them don't get to participate in a bowling league like this, and it's absolutely fabulous. Speaking of fabulous, we meet the girls at Fabulous at 50. With Daryl Catan here at the Bonnie Doon's Bowling Lane, who's been diagnosed with MS for the last 2 years, but been in the bowling program here with the MS Society for the last 2 years. Daryl, what's it been like participating in this?
It's been great. As you see with these people, I'm about the only male. Everyone's female. So most of the male people don't come to these events. And so it's like 7-1 for guys to girls. Like even with the guys that are here, there's only one other one that has MS. The other ones are wives and husbands and support people.
But being the only male, that could be an advantage for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it could be the worst thing too. So depends how you look at it. But everyone's really nice, and we want to be here. Like, that's why we're here. Every 2 weeks, we look forward to this time.
And you've been diagnosed with MS for the last 2 years. It was 2 years ago when you were diagnosed. Yeah. But you've seen benefits just with this program, haven't you?
Oh, yes, because otherwise I'd be sitting in my house, not doing anything. And this is what we need. And so the bowling when I started was like 6 to 9 people. And now we're over 20, so it's a big change, and we hope it grows some more.
Do you expect more? Do you participate in more programs like this with the MS Society?
Not with the MS Society, but I have another. I belong to Toastmasters as well. There's one for brain injured people. I just joined, and So it's really good because it's not just MS, it's people that had strokes, people that had heart attacks, and where they've had car accidents or whatever and they're brain injured. So it's neat working with them as well.
Well, it's good to see you helping out, not only participating in events like this, but helping out with Toastmasters as well. Speaking of helping out, we head down to the Edmonton International Airport, where some furry visitors greet the guests. We have our bowling balls and we're ready to go here at the Bonnie Doon Bowling Lanes, because every other Monday we go bowling with the MS Society of Edmonton, and we're going to speak with one more person who has that diagnosis, and she is out of this world. It's something you have to stick around for. But let's head outside as we meet Jim Hole, who has that cure for tree fungus. Back at the Bonnie Dunes Bowling Lanes, this time with Deborah Vanderveen, who was diagnosed with MS about 23 years ago, but she is here enjoying the league, aren't you, Deborah?
I am having a great time.
What is so great about this league?
Well, it's a bunch of people with the same disease as I've got. There's friendship, there's fun. You can be lousy at it and still be made proud.
And this isn't your first time here.
No,
This league has been going on for a couple of years, but you've been here how many times?
probably 10 times.
10 times. You've met a lot of great people, haven't you?
Lots of great people.
Now, 23 years ago, you had a diagnosis of MS. What exactly happened in that diagnosis?
Well, I literally woke up one day and had a severe case of MS. Within 6 months of the first symptom, I had gone from being the ICU nurse to being the ICU patient. On a ventilator, being told I was going to die. I was paralyzed from the neck down, blind, unable to speak clearly enough for an eighth of what I said to be understood, and unable to swallow. All of that in just 6 months. It was very hard to take.
Yet 2.5 months later, you're back. And what can you do now?
I can do a stork stand.
Let's see it. This is two and a half months, 23 years later. Deborah, it seems you're back and you're beating the disease, aren't you?
I am beating this disease.
That is absolutely fantastic to hear, and it's events like this that help the mental well-being for those diagnosed with MS. But there are other events just for you to check out in Edmonton and the surrounding area, and it's right here on our on-the-go calendar. Andy, we have our bowling balls. We're ready to go. We have a little wager here to finish out our episode of Go, because if he knocks down more pins than I do, maybe I'll come out and enjoy one of these Mondays with the MS Society of Edmonton. How does that sound?
You're on.
Okay, let's do this, Andy.
Okay.
You're watching Go. I'm Doug Roxburgh, and we'll see you when we see you. Nicely done.